Now, one of the things that has been making or generating massive demand of new energy vehicle cars in China are the NEVs, subsidies that Chinese government has been giving, or the tax subsidy that the Chinese government has been giving to those that are buying new energy vehicle cars. You will know that when you buy new energy vehicle cars in China right now, as I'm doing this video, you get up to 20,000 RMB, or just under $3,000 of cut or of subsidy that is taken out of the car. But it depends, of course, on the kind of a car you are buying. But you can get up to 20,000 RMB, which is something that is great. You will know that on the other hand, engine combustion car people or consumers that are buying engine combustion cars, they are getting up to 15,000 RMB, which this makes it to be very clear that China is prioritizing new energy vehicle cars over engine combustion cars. This is what has been happening, and this, my dear friends, is one of the things that has been resulting into new energy vehicle companies like NIO to benefit from this and see massive demand. I mean, these tax exemptions or benefits or subsidies that are being given to those that are buying new energy vehicle cars. You'll know that from January, I think, to February this year, those benefits or those subsidies were not there, right? They were only revived again around March, which is why you would see that from March, many of the new energy vehicle car makers, many of the new energy vehicle companies saw a massive surge since March, including our very own NIO, right? I mean, NIO, it is for that reason that in quarter two, they managed to sell, of course, 72,000 cars. And now in quarter three, we saw them selling 87,000 cars. I'm not saying this is only because of the tax benefits that the Chinese government has been giving, but I'm saying it has assisted people going and buy new energy vehicles like NIO, like, of course, Onvo, like Firefly. It has assisted, but obviously we know that these cars, part of the reason, of course, that is making them to be liked also in China, besides the subsidies, is because of the technology, the innovation that we are getting to see from the companies like NIO, our very own NIO, right? This has been the main thing that is leading into Chinese consumers wanting to buy the cars. Now, the reason why I'm giving you that introduction is that, my dear friends, you will know that these subsidies that the Chinese consumers are getting when they buy new energy vehicle cars, engine combustion cars, it's coming to an end this year in December, meaning that those that are buying new energy vehicles are not going to be getting that subsidy, are not going to get that same subsidy next year. In fact, Chinese government has already issued, of course, the subsidies that they will get next year. Apparently, they've made stricter rules that qualifies consumers from getting these subsidies depending on the type of car they're getting, which has to do mostly about the consumption per 100 kilowatt hour, right? So the lesser the consumption of the car that you buy, the more subsidy that you'll be able to get. But right now, as I'm doing this video, I just read breaking news of saying that the maximum, the ultimate subsidy or tax subsidy that you will get for buying new energy vehicles is going to be cut to 15,000 RMB. They say apparently in some of the regions people are getting up to 30,000 RMB. So if some of the regions are giving 30,000 RMB, from 30 to that 15, it shows you that it has been cut by 50%, which is something that is obviously quite concerning. But at the same time, the subsidies are still there. And for new energy vehicles, companies like NIO that are offering or going an extra mile to help the consumers who order their cars this year, to give them that subsidy, it is always good to see that, because I must say it is good to see that or to know that, because a lot of people will be wanting to still get the subsidies. And remember, in as much as we don't want to hear, subsidies have been playing a very important role into generating sales for new energy vehicles. They've been playing a very positive role. But of course, it is not going to be that much of subsidies that the Chinese government will be giving next year, which is something that you need to take cognizant of going into next year. I mean, already to see how the subsidies play a huge role into the demand that comes onto new energy vehicles. The new CEO said, look, before they launched the ES8, right? They said, look, next year, because of subsidy cuts, they might see or witness, of course, low demand leading into them selling 75,000 cars in Q1, which will still be great, but because now they are taking subsidies over for those that are placing, people that are placing their orders of the all new NEO ES8 this year, it is something that is going to make it easier for NEO to get to 100,000. And like I said, the new CEO announced this before the launch of the all new. This is not that good news, but hopefully we get to see new energy vehicle companies like NEO continuing to do very well, because look, cutting the subsidies into half, it's better than nothing, right? I mean, like I said, the 30,000 was, some of the regions apparently have been getting this, but then the others, or most of these regions in China, were giving subsidies of up to 20,000 RMB. There are only few that were giving 30,000, but anyways, this is what is going to happen. This is what is coming next year. And my dear friends, it makes me wonder, right? But I'm not worried at all about NEO, because number one, now they have got car brands or car models that cater for almost everyone. Firefly, it's there. Onvo, it's there. And this gives me the confidence that we are going to do very, very well in the future. So my dear friends, me, I remain long, I remain strong onto NEO, because I know that regardless of these subsidies coming down, NEO is still going to do very well. Regardless of these subsidies being cut by 50%, NEO is still going to be the champion. And take cognizance of the fact that the NEO CEO highlighted that the impact of the subsidies won't only be felt by NEO. That's something that you must underline, highlight, and bold, right? But everyone in China is going to feel the heat. All the companies are going to feel the heat of the subsidies being cut off. And those that their consumption are high, it's going to be even bad for them. I mean, 2 days ago, I covered that Germany has decided to increase subsidy, or has decided to extend the free tax exemption onto pure electric vehicles until 2030, which is something that is great, something that is exciting. But anyways, let me end this video here. It takes me some time to make videos like this. I will see you on the next one. Blue sky is coming. Long term will win. That's all from me. Those that are persevering are going to be rewarded. I will see you on the next one, my dear friends. That is all from me, and God bless you all.